Hi. So I believe that the tension challenge is an important challenge to where I am as a leader right now. And I think really to understand why that's so, you need to know a little bit about my history and training. I completed pharmacy school and then I did a 2-year residency in Memphis. And the second year of that residency was focused on health system pharmacy administration. So my training is in being an effective pharmacy administrator in a hospital setting. But when I finished my residency, I moved to a town where the healthcare landscape is very different from Memphis. And it's a community hospital. It's not associated with an academic medical institution. And because of this, it's really hard to recruit healthcare professionals, and not just physicians, which they are hard to recruit, but also nursing, respiratory, pharmacists, the whole realm. And so because of this, there's a really strong feeling in the organization that we need to keep doing the same thing in order to retain talented professionals. And there's a lot of attitudes such as, well, that's what the physicians want and we need to keep them happy, so we're not going to mess with it. And so my challenge is that I am technically in a leadership position, but I'm really new. I've only been here for about 3.5 months, and while I have somewhat defined responsibilities, I don't necessarily have any true authority. And the reason for this is if I see an issue that I think needs to be addressed, I would take it to my director of pharmacy and, offer the solutions that I see in order to resolve the issue. And she, I think, does want things to change, but she's quick to point out why they can't. So she'll say things like, well, nursing leadership thinks that that's not a priority right now and they haven't seen an issue with it, so we're going to be hard-pressed to change that. Or, well, physicians like what they like and we just can't mess with that because we need to keep people happy. And so that's been really tough for me. But one thing that I try to do is I try to broach new issues or things that I think need to be addressed in a very casual and non-threatening way. So I will say things like, has this ever been discussed before? Or what's the history of X, Y, and Z at this institution? How has this been approached in the past? And that helps because, one, it's non-threatening, and two, it allows me to get the history and see what's already been done. So I think that that has been pretty effective. And another thing that I do to relieve tension is I try to be very cognizant and not say things like, well, where I did residency, we did this, or at my old institution, this is how we approach this, because the landscape is different and the culture is different and the needs are different. And so I think by not doing that, that gains me some, authority, and it helps people know that I'm aware of the situation that we're in currently. One thing that I do think I do well is that I am able to complete my job without getting praise or without getting credit. And this was brought up in the book. I'm comfortable with my own skills, and even if I don't get the praise or recognition that I might think I deserve, I'm still going to do my job, and I'm still going to do a good job, and I'm still going to do everything that I can that in order to help others and lighten their loads, as long as it doesn't, infringe upon my job. I really think that servant leadership makes a huge difference in this area. And so in order to relieve the tension, one thing that I need to work on is being better at knowing what I need to own and what I need to really focus on and really, express the importance of, and what the issues are that I need to let go. Defining my true responsibilities and which ones I can truly affect is going to, allow me to feel like I am accomplishing something, and also, not stress about things that I don't truly own and that I can't accomplish. Another thing that I can do to relieve the tension is use my skills that I've found that I have in developing and strengthening personal relationships to build and maintain the trust of those who are above me in the organization and those who work under me in the organization. And I think really building that trust and not speaking badly about leadership and also not speaking badly about employees to leadership will go a long way in relieving the trust. I think there are some definite trust issues in this organization at the moment. I think this is going to be seen both in my department and beyond my department. Our department was actually just found to have really low scores in an organization-wide job satisfaction survey. And so pharmacy has been a focus of the C-suite for the past few months because of those low scores. And so if I can relieve tension and help others to relieve tension as well, I think that's going to be noticed and it can have a huge impact. Mastering this challenge is going to influence me as a leader by helping me to be able to walk into other positions and do similar things. My husband is in the military, and so chances are very high that I will be doing this often and moving and changing jobs frequently. And I think that this gives me, a unique skill set in order to go in and diffuse stressful situations. And I think being better, it'll help me individually just by being better able to address situations even when I don't necessarily have a big L leadership position.